this morning I had a picture of the disciples in the boat, and it was a story where they had been fishing all night long, and then Jesus is on the shore, and he says, "Cast your net on the other side of the boat." And they were like, "But we've been fishing all night and we've caught nothing." And that's kind of like what I've felt like lately is I've been investing in some things. I've been trying to build some things out business wise, and just not feeling like I've reaped the harvest. And it was just this really gentle like encouragement from the Lord that all it takes is one word from him, because they cast the net to the other side and then they reaped a harvest that was bigger than they could have had in the whole time of them catching a few fish here and there all night. They couldn't even contain all of the fish that they caught. And it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense in the natural to throw the net over again when they haven't caught anything and be like, okay, it's time to give up. But I felt like there's this pressing in, a continuing to pursue the things that God's called you to do, the things that God's saying. And it just takes one word from God and anything can change. Everything can become totally different. Our whole reality is shifted by just one word from our Savior. And so I want to challenge you just to be sensitive to what God is saying for you in your business, what he's saying to you in your walk with him, in every area of your life, to be sensitive to hear his voice and what he's saying to you, because one thing can shift everything. And continue to be faithful. For me this year, the word God gave me was the word endurance. And so I know this year there's going to be some times I have to push through some things, but I want to push through them in the strength of the Lord and in the grace of the Lord. So I encourage you, listen, hear his voice and be obedient. Even if it seems crazy or seems weird or seems kind of odd, God's going to call his people to do some things that may seem weird in the flesh or may not make perfect business sense to do, or may not make perfect sense to go out of your way to do this or to do that. But be obedient and you will reap a great harvest.